Hey guys, welcome to my conversation with your New York Division II 108-pound state champion from Norwich, Maverick Beckwith. Maverick, how's that sound?
Sounds great.
Yeah, you got a big
Super
smile on
cool.
your face. You've
Yeah,
been working at this for a while?
definitely.
All
Since I
right.
was 4,
Since you're
so
four?
yeah.
All right, all right. So, we're gonna get to when you started, how you started, your run to a state title. But before we do that, we're gonna do a couple questions off the mat, if you're cool with that. Um, what I do need to know though, because I don't have as much background in New York as I do in here in the Southeast. Um, you guys have are you allowed to wrestle as middle schoolers in the high
Um,
school division or no?
yeah, we are. So I wrestled my 7th grade year. I took 4th in our section, which that's state qualifiers. And actually, there's quite a bit of 7th graders that wrestle just because for some of our lighter weights, a lot of like the younger guys wrestle there. So
Mhm.
yes, 7th and 8th graders.
Okay. So you qualified as a seventh grader. Did you qualify last year?
Yeah. Last year I took 3rd in the state.
Last year you took third in the state. So this wasn't a new experience, even though you're a freshman.
Yeah.
I got you. And the reason I ask you the question is in Georgia, you can't wrestle in middle school and high school,
Mhm.
but in Florida you can. So you just go different states and it happens differently.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start with Norwich, New York is kind of upstate, right? Close to
Yeah.
Albany area.
Actually, it's like do you know where Binghamton is?
Yes.
So it's in between Albany, Binghamton, and Syracuse, but it's like closer to Binghamton. So it's
Okay.
like in that triangle.
Yeah. I got you. Okay. So pretty far north. It probably gets a little cold up there.
Yeah, it does. The weather's pretty unpredictable.
All right. So what is your favorite subject in school?
Um, right now probably science. Like, well, it's a living
Science.
environment, so
All right. So what science are we doing in freshman year of high school?
um
Is it like
most
life sciences or biology or
it's like living environment, so we're just talking about like what is it? Like and like a bunch of DNA and stuff. So,
okay. And that's an interest? You like that?
yeah, definitely.
Okay. What about your least favorite subject at school?
Probably English.
English?
Yeah. I mean, I like the teacher, but just don't like writing.
I get that. I get that. All right. So, sushi, yes or no?
No, I don't like sushi that much.
You don't like sushi that much. All right. Um, is pineapple on pizza, is that a thing or not a thing?
No.
Nah.
I'm a cheese pizza guy, so
Cheese pizza. All right. Um, all right. So, if I gave you a time machine, would you go forward in time or back in time?
probably forwards in time.
All right. Are we going to go to like your senior year of high school? Are we going to go to college? Are we going to go 200 years in the future just to see what it's like?
Probably 200 years in the future.
Oh yeah.
You know, it feels
So what is it? What is it so far in the future that you're most interested in kind of seeing? What do you think is going to happen?
flying cars, probably.
Flying cars? All
Yeah,
right.
like different type of mutations and stuff, like people being able to fly and stuff with wings.
Do you think we'll be living in space?
I wouldn't be surprised to be honest.
All right. So that leads me to the next question. If you were given the choice to live in space, would you do it?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. All right. Okay. I don't know that I would, but I'm with you. Okay. Roller coasters, yay or nay?
Not really. I'm not a big heights guy. I'm a little scared.
I, I got you. Is that your biggest fear, or do you have another fear?
It's probably deep sea to be honest.
The deep sea is your
Yeah,
biggest fear.
yeah.
Why?
I don't know, just like the fear of like of the boat sinking and then you have no land to get to.
Is that beeping on my end or your end?
I think it might be mine.
Okay, I'm good with it. It's not
Yeah,
bothering me. I just wanted to ask. All right. So you're not going to be taking a boat across the Atlantic Ocean.
definitely not.
Definitely not. Okay. All right. All right. So, best flavor of ice cream.
Um, chocolate. I'm a big chocolate guy.
You're a chocolate guy. Do you do the chocolate with like chocolate syrup or just plain chocolate?
Chocolate syrup, definitely.
Definitely. All
Yeah.
right. So if we're listening, or first, are you listening to something before you start wrestling?
It depends. Some matches I'll listen to music, and then like for my state finals match, I didn't really listen to anything. I was just watching wrestling in front of me. So,
Yeah. So that's cool. That's cool. So if you were listening to something, what do you kind of listen to? Do you listen to something that kind of pumps you up or that like kind of calms you down?
um, probably something that pumps me up.
Hypes you up?
Yeah.
Okay. I got you. All right. So let's go back. We're gonna get kind of close to the on the mat now. Is there a talent that Maverick has off the mat that we don't know about?
Not really,
No?
but no, not really.
No, you don't play an instrument, you don't sing, you
No,
dance, no gymnastics, no,
no.
no. You good
Used to play
fishing?
soccer.
You used to play soccer. Okay, all right. Okay, cool. All right, so let's jump on the mat. And you told me earlier that you started when you were 4 years old.
Yeah.
How does a 4 year old start in wrestling? Somebody took you.
Yeah, so basically, well, my dad, he wrestled when he was younger, but he never really wrestled in high school or anything, just because he was always injured. And then basically just signed me up one day, and I started from there and grown a lot.
Yeah. So do you remember back to when you were little in wrestling?
Uh, some parts, yes. Like I was definitely young, definitely didn't know a lot, but I mean, you watch 4-year-olds wrestle, they're all over the place.
They are all over the place, and I'm wondering, like, if you remember, like, did you like it? Did you like you were like, "Oh, man, do we have to go to practice again?" Like, what was you thinking?
I mean, I definitely love practice, but I hated losing. And well, I was a 4-year-old, so I would always cry if I lost, but
Sure.
I definitely didn't handle losing very well at first. But over the years, I've gotten way better, and yeah,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. All right, so you've been wrestling for a long time, all
yeah.
right? What do you think has changed the most in your wrestling? I mean, obviously, technique-wise, you changed, you've gotten better at certain techniques and those sorts of things. Mentally, you've changed, you're probably much more mature in the way you approach it and those sorts of things. But what do you think has been the biggest change for you?
Probably my scrambling ability.
Okay.
And just being really funky and springy and just being able to like a lot of the kids I wrestle in my club, they hate wrestling me because I'm so flexible and like funky.
Yeah, you are. And and I've watched some of your matches from the state tournament, so you could see that in your wrestling. So I want you to go back to last year, right? Were a qualifier as a seventh grader, and you come into the state tournament. Obviously, the goal is to win a state title, and you finished third. What was your kind of your thinking?
Or I was eighth last year, but
Oh,
uh
eighth. I'm sorry, eighth.
yeah, it's all right. I mean, to be honest, I got the one seed in the bracket, and that year I didn't think I was gonna win it at first, but I was super close. I took third, lost to the kid by 1 point, who ended up winning it in a controversial call that lots of people don't think should have been scored in his favor. But I mean, just improvement from here on out.
Yeah. So, but how did you feel walking out? Were you disappointed? Were you motivated? What were your kind of thoughts?
Definitely motivated. Just losing, getting so close to winning states, and yeah, definitely just motivation from there.
All right. So, you come in to this year, and I mean, obviously, you've been on the podium before. You're thinking, the goal is to win a state title, right?
Yeah.
Um, but you took a couple losses early in the year. I think you were wrestled. Did you wrestle up a weight for part of the year?
Yeah, so I was 106. Well, I think they're different weights from like Southern, but
Yeah.
yeah, I wrestled 116, and then after Christmas we get 2 pounds, and then it went up. Well, it was 108, and it went up to 110. So I dropped, and I did beat the state champion at 116, but he's my teammate, so I went down to so we both get a state title. Well,
Very
teammate on my
cool.
club team. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I get you. So, so one of those losses was eventually to the kid you wrestled in the state finals, right?
yeah,
So you lost to him, what, early January, I think it was?
yeah, something like that. I mean, I just wrestled bad that match, and he definitely capitalized on a lot of shots that I I definitely could have defended more, and I wasn't very offensive in that match, but
Okay. Well, and you lost it, and that was I mean, it happens.
yeah,
And then you beat him like what, 3 times heading
yeah,
up
four
to the state
times.
tournament, right?
Yeah, 3 times up to the state tournament.
Yeah. So you beat him 3 times in a row coming in the state tournament. Um, as you're walking into the weekend and getting ready to make a run for the title, um, were you like, I mean, you got a tough bracket. Are you how confident were you?
I was pretty confident. I knew, well, the kid who I had in the semis, Tommy Aiello, he beat me last year in the state semis, by 1 point. That was the kid that beat me, and super confident. Got the one seed again, and just really thought I had to go out there and wrestle, and just had to prove my wrestling ability was gonna take me to the finals and win.
All right, so I want you to tell me a little bit about that semifinal match because for people who didn't get to see it, a lot of action, but not a lot of points scored.
Yeah.
So so basically, the two of you are battling back and forth, and we go 0-0 to sudden victory, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
what was your thought process? And because it looks like what was your thought process going 0-0? Like, were you thinking I'm gonna get a takedown in sudden victory, or am I better on the mat and I'm looking to like escape or whatever the case is?
I thought I was gonna get a takedown and sudden victory, definitely. And there was some chances I had that should have been two, but the refs didn't call it. But yeah,
So you end up going to tiebreakers,
yeah,
and then you end up going. Do you go end up going to ultimate tiebreaker?
yeah, ultimate tiebreaker.
Yeah. And you're on bottom, and you get a reversal to get the win.
Yeah.
Is that correct? So after you punch that ticket, you avenge your loss from the earlier from last year, and you're headed to the state finals. Are you like, whew, I'm ready, or were you like, man, I'm exhausted? Like, what were you thinking?
I was definitely pumped to be in the finals, and yeah, just ready, confident. Had wrestled Val's 5 times, or that was the fifth time wrestling him. Wrestled in my seventh grade year, so definitely confident and just ready to wrestle.
Yeah. So walking out, I assume that New York does something similar in like, the entered finalists and that sort of thing. Nerves? No nerves.
Uh,
Butterflies?
no, no nerves. I mean, oh, like this is my second trip being to states, and I'm not the type to get nervous for matches. But I have a
O-
very good I don't explain it. I just don't get nervous for things.
Okay. All right. So, and you have a familiar foe across the mat or across the line from you.
Yeah,
Um, and again, we have a match that goes into overtime. I mean, it seems like you live on the edge there, Maverick. Um,
yeah,
so we have that match. You end up winning 7-1 because I think you got a reversal and took him to his back, or no, you got an escape and then a
yeah,
takedown and took him to his back, right?
yeah.
So the moment he's on his back and time runs out and you've won, what is your like I saw you get up and you walk back to the center. It's not like you ran into your coach's arms. It's not like you pointed into the crowd. What was your feeling?
Just I mean, a lot of people think I should show more emotion, but I just gotta stay composed and just gotta put more work in, get better, and yeah, super happy that I won, super happy uh that all that work was well I put in made me a
Paid
state
off? Hmm.
champion, so yeah,
Yeah.
super happy.
So what's next for Maverick? Where are we going to see you, like Fargo? I mean, are we going to see you at NHSCA's? Where are you going to be?
So the next tournament I'm probably gonna be at, like big tournament wise, is NHSCA dual tournament.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be wrestling at the individual, and I'm gonna try and qualify for Fargo this year as a ninth grader, but because we have to do our freestyle states, and I'm pretty sure I'm also gonna be going to I don't know if you know Northeast Regionals
Mm-hmm. Yep.
down in New Jersey, Atlantic
Yeah.
City. So
Yeah. I got you. All right. So the last question that I have, it's the last question I've asked everybody, and that is, why is wrestling special to you?
um, it's definitely been something that's been a part of my life for my whole life actually, and it just helps a lot, like, not necessarily, like, coping, but just it's always been there for me, something to rely on, like, the teammates, my family, that they've always been a big part of it, and my coaches just always love it. Just something to build my confidence, and
All right. All right. Well, Maverick, I appreciate you taking the time and reaching out. And first, I want to say congratulations on winning a title.
thank you.
I want to say second, best of luck at Northeast Regions. Maybe
Yeah.
I'll see you in Fargo. If I do see you in Fargo, you make sure you walk up to me and we get a picture or something. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. And yeah, man, congratulations on a great run.
Thank you.
All right. You take care.
Yeah, see ya.